Welcome to Desert Paradise.
Hey, Composing Gloves here, and today we are going to talk about our first chord, the Major Triad. Yeah, I'm excited about this. This is valuable stuff here. So here we've got an E. Let's just go ahead and make this a C for simplicity. Okay, so here's a C. Now, if you want to make this a major triad, there is a formula to follow. So the triad means that there's 3 notes. So a triad is a chord with 3 notes. And now to make it a major triad, there's a formula we follow. And if you follow this formula on your bass notes, you will always get a major triad. So here's a root. We're going to do a root position triad. What does that mean? Well, the name of the chord, so we're going to make a C major triad. C will be in the bass. So this becomes important very soon, but C is in the bass. So we have a C, and now to make a major triad, we simply go to the major third. So we put a major third. So C, the major third from C is, you guessed it, E. Now, I learned chords, and now that's sort of how I think about intervals. I'm a piano player, though, so I tend to visualize the keyboard when I'm doing things, and so that's just a thing. Now from the C, we need to add one more note for this to be a C major triad, and that would be a perfect fifth, which is, you guessed it, a G. So here we've got a G. So we've got C, E, and G, and it forms a major triad. A C major root position, because C is in the bass, triad. That's what it sounds like. It's glorious, isn't it? So that's pretty much all there really is to this. Now let's make another major chord. So it's a major third plus a perfect fifth. So, another way you could think of it is a major third plus a minor third. So from E to G is a minor third. So there is a minor third here. So let's go ahead and make a D major triad. So first we will enter note mode, and we will put down a D. We're going to do everything in root position for now. So our D, our note name is always going to be in the bass. So we've got a D. Now let's put down a major third, which if you know now this is where the major scale starts to come in big time handy. So in a D major scale, this is one, I didn't learn it this way, but this is one way to think about it. So if we were to form a D major scale, we would get D, da, 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 ba. We want to just go up to the fifth, right? Because that's all we need. So I could just stop at the A. Now, we know that the F is sharp. Whoops. The F is sharp in a D major scale. So we need up to the fifth. On the D major scale, we need a 1, a 3, and a 5. Because we're making a major chord, so we use the major scale. And so we go, okay, a major third up from D. So we go D, E, F sharp. So we know we need an F sharp because this is the third. Remember, this is the 3, the median. So we have that, and we make it sharp. And then we keep going up to the fifth. So 3, 4, 5, A in the D major scale. So it's going to be an A. I choose to, however, I'm aware of this connection. And you could build scales and do that. Or you could just do what I did and do, major third and then a fifth. Or you could do a major third and a minor third. Now, there is sort of a benefit to doing it like this, is that you will do the correct notes in the key. If you do it this way, you may have to keep in mind that certain notes are not properly presented in the key, and so you may need to move things around. But that's when you're dealing with some pretty strange chords. So we'll just leave that alone for now. So for example, of a weird sort of chord situation, even though I said we weren't going to deal with this until later, let's take, for example, C sharp major. So we put down a C sharp, and we know that in C sharp, so if you were to make a C sharp scale, it'd be sharp, and then we could put down notes all the way up to C sharp. And we're just going to stop at the fifth. So C sharp, and then we need a major second, so that would be a D sharp. So this would be, whoops, I did not want that. Come over here. A D sharp, and then we need another major second, which would make this, well, this is not that super intuitive, but it would actually be an E sharp, and then here we would get an F sharp. So we're playing C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp. And from E sharp to F sharp is a half step, but E sharp is technically just F natural. But because of the way we write out our scales, it has to be an E sharp. If we write an F natural, for example, that's wrong. And so here in the C sharp major triad, if we were to go, oh, what's a major third from C sharp? We'd go, oh, it's an F. That's inharmonically, that is correct. But it's wrong to write the chord that way. You would need to write an E, and you would need to make it sharp. That would be the correct way to write a C sharp major triad. And then we could put a G, and then that would also be sharp because we just have tons of sharps in the C sharp major. So you would get a C sharp major. So it would sound like this. So there you go. Another thing you should really do is do listening exercises and learn these skills. You should learn what they sound like. They will allow you to understand what it will sound like when you put it down on paper. So these are all major triads. Now you can do the scale thing, which is the safest way to make this, but you could think of it the other way with the major third or the perfect fifth. That's how most people make them, but you need to be aware of weird scale problems that you could run into. If you have any questions, let me know. Subscribe and have a blessed day.